So last class I've taught you about homeostasis, right Malak? You remember any word of homeostasis? What did I teach you about homeostasis? Yes, tell me what was
balance.
Balance. And Wateen, can you say me the definition? When I say about homeostasis, what is homeostasis? What is homeostasis? Yes, Wateen?
I don't understand.
What is homeostasis?
The balance.
Balance what? What are you maintaining? Your internal body. You are maintaining your internal body with the environment or body temperature or internal. See here, homeostasis is the maintenance of internal state in a changing environment. Okay? Like tomorrow I'm going to ask you again this. What is homeostasis? It is maintaining internal state with the environment. Okay?
Okay.
Now what is xylem? Xylem is the tissue that transports water and minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant. And what is the other tissue? There are two tissue girls. Like they're explaining you what is the job of many different organs. Like what your heart do, what your blood vessels do, what your blood do. The heart pumps blood to the blood vessels that come close to every cell in the body. Now blood carries material to the cells and carries waste away from the cell. What does the blood do? It carries material to the cell and it removes the waste from the cell.
Miss, we highlighted?
No need to highlight. Highlight what is highlighted here. No need to highlight what I am reading, but highlight what is highlighted. So this call we are talking about multicellular organism. The heart has its own function. The blood has its own function. The blood vessels have its own function. So now when I'm talking about xylem, what is a xylem? It's a tissue that transports water and mineral from the roots to the rest of the plant. It transports water and minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant. Now, how do the cells get energy? We'll talk about two things. One is photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Malak, can you read this? Plants provide the food. Next to giraffe, what is it written?
Okay, Miss. The sun provides the energy for plants to grow and make food. Plants use sunlight to change carbon dioxide and water into sugar.
Girls, 1 minute. When I say us, we change oxygen, okay, oxygen to sugar. We inhale oxygen. We don't inhale carbon dioxide. But when I talk about plants, plants inhale carbon dioxide. They change the carbon dioxide.
Miss, but in the night, the plants release, take oxygen, right?
See, it happens. That is also a process, but they don't stop taking carbon dioxide. The most important role of plants is to inhale, to take, I cannot say inhale, to take carbon dioxide. That's why we say CO2. Just a second, girls. That's why we say CO2, that's carbon dioxide and water. CO2 and water. I can just even write a small equation for you here. I can just write a small equation for you here. See? CO2 CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and water. And water. They convert to sugar. They convert
Yeah.
sugar. I think even last year we have did this. Did we do some equation like this? Carbon dioxide and water will change to sugar and oxygen. This happens in plant. But for us, it is the opposite. The oxygen and sugar change to carbon dioxide and water. Okay? Okay? So what happens in plants? In plants, CO2, the carbon dioxide and water. And water change to sugar and oxygen. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
So, this process by which plants, algae, and some bacteria make their own food, the process by which plants make own food is called photosynthesis. Of course, photo means light. What does this photo means? Photo, the word, yeah, the word photo here, it means, this photo word means light. The word photo here, this means light. And the synthesis is to make. So in presence of light, when the plants make their own food, it is called as photosynthesis. Inside plant and algal cells are special organelles. Everyone know this. Lean, malak, vatin. What is this organ present inside the plant cell? It is called as chloroplast. Is chloroplast present in animal cell, girls? No, it's only present in
Plants. Only in plants.
where photosynthesis take place. Where does it take place? In the chloroplast. This is what happens in plants. Now coming to cellular respiration. All living things need food to produce energy for cell processes. The process why cell use oxygen to produce energy from food is called cellular respiration. In us, the cellular respiration is happening. From food, they use oxygen to produce energy from food. They use oxygen to produce energy from food. And this is called as cellular, like plant, animals, and most other organisms use cellular respiration to get energy from food. All the oxygen around us is made by photosynthesis. Mostly, whatever oxygen we have around us, it is released from plants. Animals and plants use oxygen during cellular respiration to break down food. Cellular respiration also produces carbon dioxide. This is what you were asking me. Sometime even the plants, they produce carbon dioxide because that time the cellular respiration is going on. Okay? Plants need carbon dioxide to make sugar. Again and again, I'm saying you this equation, girls. Plant need carbon dioxide and water and of course light to produce
Sugar.
sugar. Yes, sugar.
Miss, but how can we breathe in the night since they don't?
My dear, they are producing oxygen also, but simultaneously some amount of carbon dioxide is produced through cellular respiration. It's not that they stop producing oxygen. No, never. They don't stop producing oxygen. But with that, they also produce little amount of carbon dioxide, okay?
But they don't take oxygen away.
No, no, no. They have, when you compare, that's why they say that's because they are producing carbon dioxide, be away from it. Plants need carbon dioxide to make sugars. So photosynthesis and respiration are linked, each one depending on other products. How do they say that they are depending on the products? I will show you. In photosynthesis, see girls, you will see how it is interrelated. In photosynthesis, I'll just write the equation. In what happens in photosynthesis? The carbon dioxide, you know that CO2 is carbon dioxide and sugar. Is it sugar or water? Carbon dioxide and what? Carbon dioxide and water, not sugar. Carbon dioxide and water and
Miss, why the plant is not like people need
H2O.
oxygen?
It produces sugar and oxygen. This is photosynthesis reaction. Now, when I say cellular respiration reaction, it is sugar plus oxygen gives you carbon dioxide and water. So don't you think so? Both the equations are interrelated. This product becomes this start and this products become this start, right? Don't you think it's interrelated? It is interrelated to each other. Okay? Did you understand this?
Yeah.
All right. Now, girls, grade 5, did you study about something called as, did I teach you something called as mitosis? Did I teach something like this?
Yeah.
Mitosis and meiosis? Girls.
Yeah.
Because when I'm teaching about cell division, you must know about mitosis and meiosis. Now, cells grow, divide, and die. Remember that. Cells, they grow, then they divide, and then they die. You know that in multicellular, if they die, it's not a big problem. They can make new cells, right? But in unicellular, if the cell die, the whole organisms die. The whole organism die. Now, some cells divide more often than others. For example, cells in the skin are constantly dividing to replace those that have died or damaged. If you have a cut, you know that the cells will divide more to make your skin new. Some cells, sometimes in your hair you see that white dandruff. Those are the dead cells, the dandruff, what comes out. Those are like tissues. Sometimes you feel that your skin is scrapping away. You can scrap your skin. Those are, and in the heels, in your feet. Those all are dead skins, dead tissues. Some cells, such as nerve cells, cannot divide to produce new cells once they are fully formed. Some cells, they cannot divide. That's why if they get damaged, it's very harmful to my body. Now, multicellular organisms grow by adding more cells. These new cells are made when existing cells die. When is the new cell made? When the old cell die. If they make more and more, maybe 1,000, 1,000,000 times, a lot, then it can lead to cancer. It is not something good. Okay?
What can lead to cancer, Miss?
My dear, if the cell divide and the old cell do not die, but still it is dividing too much time, maybe 1,000 times more than the normal. So what happens? It can lead to cancer or tumor.
What is tumor?
Tumor is when it is in specific area. Now this tumor, when it grows more and it divides more and more, it leads to cancer. It goes to the other organ, from one organ infected to another organ. So it is called as cancer. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
Now coming to cell cycle. Cell division in eukaryote is a complex process. Girls, the word complex means it is not easy. The word complex means it is difficult. It's not that easy. First of all, before a cell can divide, the DNA is copied. Girls, again in the part 2, the unit 2, Inshallah, I will explain you mitosis and meiosis in detail. Okay? I will explain you the cell cycle in detail. Don't worry. Remember these steps today, what I told you. First, I told you DNA is copied. Before a cell divides, the DNA is copied. This is the first step. Then the DNA copies are sorted into what will become two new cells. First thing, DNA copied. Second thing, it becomes two new cells. It will become.
Okay, now I can hear you guys.
Okay. First thing, DNA is copied. Second thing, it becomes two new cells. In order to divide up the DNA evenly between the new cells, the DNA needs to be packaged. The packages are called chromosomes. Girls, these steps you all need to remember. Before the cell division, what is the first thing? The first thing is before, see, this is a cell. This is a cell. It needs to divide. But before it divides, what's the first thing? The first thing is DNA copied. It is copied. Second thing, it becomes two different cells. It becomes two new cells. Now, this DNA to copy, the DNA must be, because you know that they have to become two different strands. So they need to divide up evenly between the new cells. They need to be packed. They need to be packed. And these packages are called as chromosomes. They look like this, guys. They look something like this. The strands. So they are packed, and these packaging is called, when they are packed, they are called as chromosomes. What are they called as?
Chromosomes.
Again, girls, before the cell divide, first step, the DNA is copied. Of course, it will be copied from the parent. The DNA is copied. Second step, it becomes two cells. When it is copied, it becomes two cells. Now, to get copied, these two cells have to be packaged, packed, and those packages are called as chromosomes. Equal number of chromosomes are separated, and the nucleus split to form two identical nuclei. This process is called mitosis. Girls, not easy. The whole thing is not easy. Again and again, we will divide everything into clear picture. Let me say, first thing, DNA, I need to write in the DNA is copied. Okay? When the DNA is copied, it divides in two cells, and DNA to copy needs to be packaged. And that packaged, this package is called chromosomes. Till here, will you all understand? Did you understand till here?
Yeah.
Now, these chromosomes, equally it will separate. Imagine there are 48 chromosomes. They become pair and they become 24. Each equal number of chromosomes are separated, and after the chromosomes are separated, nucleus split to form identical nuclei, and this process is called mitosis. This process, tomorrow I will explain you the pictures and with everything, okay? We get finally two identical nuclei. After I know that we have equal number of chromosomes, the nucleus divide. the nucleus divide, the nucleus divide. And what is the plural of the nucleus? It's called as nuclei. It gives you identical nuclei. When it divides, it gives you identical nuclei. Okay? And when it gives you two identical nuclei, because the two new cells have DNA identical to that found in the original cell. All the cells in an organism have the same genetic material. The genetic material, you know girls, during the forensic report, imagine somebody dies and some baby died, they're finding the father. They see the DNA of the father, right? And they compare with the son, whether or the daughter, is it same or not? This happens in the lab, because all will have the same genetic material. I know this is too much for you today, girls. Don't worry. Tomorrow while revising, I will revise everything once again. Okay?